Hi, my name is Lisa Slater. I'm 53 years old. I'm married and I have two daughters. They're 18 and 14. And my journey with panic attacks and anxiety started a good 25 years ago, I would say. My first real panic attack was at a party. I think it was a Christmas party. And I don't know, suddenly I just started feeling off and my heart just started pounding and I was breathing really fast and I don't know, everything was just, I was sweating. I was just like, what is going on? And so I was kept trying to like drink more red wine just to try to like feel better. And I remember going out, asking my husband to come outside with me and go for a walk. I wasn't feeling better. And I was like, I think I'm having a heart attack. So he took me to the hospital and they hooked me up to all the machines. And they said, you're not having a heart attack, you're having a panic attack. I was like, what? What is that? So it kind of just hit me out of the blue. I mean, I was going through a little bit of stressful time. I went to my doctor and I got put on medicine, and that kind of helped for a while. I think it was an antidepressant or something. Um, and but I was really fixating on the panic, and then I would get my whole things turned into having a panic attack in public, in front of people, and just the embarrassment and the shame, and I really started fixating on that. So then it became harder and harder to go out in public, and I was just thinking about it. Oh my God, this would be a great time to have a panic attack. And then my all this, the physical symptoms. I had really strong physical symptoms, and then I really honed in on hyperventilation. I started just thinking, oh my God, what if I hyperventilate? In the airport, like right here. So, believe it or not, I started carrying paper bags with me everywhere I went to it was like a safety item for me. And I thought, well, at least if I hyperventilate, I'll have this paper bag. I mean, I don't, I don't know what I thought I was going to do, in the airport, whip out my paper bag and breathe into it if I start hyperventilating. I mean, it's funny. It's kind of funny now. But at the time, it was my safety item. And believe it or not, that actually kept my panic like at bay for like, I would say like 12 years. I mean, it really did. It like, I don't know, it made me feel safe. Like, okay, I can do stuff, and I travel, I could get on airplanes. I was doing okay, but I would still think about it, but it was manageable. And then what happened was I was diagnosed with OCD, and it's not the 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 OCD with the compulsions. It's a version of OCD called pure O, and it's like pure obsessional OCD. And so what happens is you get intrusive thoughts basically that just get stuck in your head, and they replay in your head. You can't stop thinking them, and the more you try not to think them, the stronger they become. And so then I really started thinking about panic, and then the paper bag went right out the window. That didn't help at all anymore. I was just terrified of having a panic attack in front of it, and it even was in front of family, friends. It was just everywhere. It was just like hyperventilating in public was like the number one thing that I was afraid of. It turned into a complete phobia, 100%. I went to some doctors. I tried to get some therapy, acceptance therapy. I don't know. It just didn't really feel right for me. I didn't want to accept it. I just wanted it to go away. So I guess I would fight it even more. I would just white knuckle it through almost every like public situation. Just, unless I could drink. If I could drink wine, I usually the anxiety and the panic would dissipate for sure. So I think I was drinking too much for a while and definitely self-medicating. So that wasn't good, but at least it was like I was functioning. then we moved from the Bay Area in California to Sparks, Nevada about a year ago. Um, and I think I completely destabilized once we moved because I had lived my entire life in the Bay Area. And so once I was here, I was completely destabilized. Okay, so I'm living in Sparks, Nevada now. No support system, no friends, just feeling really isolated. My anxiety and my panic is it's ratcheting up to an all-time high. It's affecting every part of my life. I'm not eating. I lost probably about 17 pounds. I'm not sleeping at all. And I'm stuck in the fight or flight response like 24/7. It's just, it was, it was a nightmare. How I was even getting up to like take my daughter to school I don't even know where that strength came from. Anyways, I was on Facebook and I was looking for some anxiety and depression support groups. And so I happened upon Kale's name. I just liked what he said, and I got like a surge of hope. So I messaged him on Facebook, and he immediately messaged me back, which was amazing. I was like, wow, that made me feel so good just that he answered me. And so I remember he gave me a couple tips. He was just so nice and everything, but I went in a different direction. I actually ended up hiring a different anxiety coach, and it was a 9-week program, and it was definitely not for me. It didn't work at all. I think I got to about 6 weeks, and I was just like, this is not working. It was more of a heal your inner child. That's not what I needed. I needed practical, pragmatic advice. Like I needed something else. I needed Kale. So I remember I was feeling particularly bad one day, and I happened to message him again. And of course, he answered me right back. And so we kind of talked for a while. I decided to hire him as my one-on-one coach. Best decision I ever made. We just jumped right in, and I made pretty good progress, I would say, in about 3 weeks, just to be able to feel like you have control, some control, especially for me. I was sleeping hardly at all, and then now I'm sleeping like 8 hours a night, great. I'm sleeping so good. I got my appetite back. I didn't mention before, but I stopped driving on the freeway because I had a panic attack on the freeway. So I'm back on the freeway. I'm not sure if it was week 3 or week 4, but I got on the freeway, and I did not think that was ever going to happen again. So that was huge. Also going to like a mall I've been going, and no issues. It's like I have the calm, my calming breath. So Kale is amazing. Everything is so, I don't know, it's just so approachable. It's so doable. He cares so much. He will not stop until you are well, until you are happy, until you're like so happy and so calm and so peaceful. He's been so supportive. He's there every time you need him. I mean, that has probably meant the most to me, is that I've literally like emailed him or texted him on, I think on Easter Sunday, and he got back to me and like talked me, through a hard time that I was having. He's so intelligent and he's so caring, and you really need to hire him. He will save you. I mean, it is hard work. I mean, I know I've said that to him. I'm like, thank you for saving my life. But he said, you did the hard work, and it is really hard work. So I cannot recommend Kale highly enough. He is amazing. And I really think if you're struggling like I was, I mean, I had lost complete hope. I thought there was no hope for me at all. I thought I was going to have to live like this the rest of my life. And now I'm really flourishing. I'm doing really well. And I'm not saying, I mean, once in a while I still, fall back a little bit, but if I need Kale, he's there. And I also, I have all his, I have all his tips. I have the power of calm now. So it's completely changed my life. So thank you, Kale. And I'm glad I could share this with you. And I guess that's it. Thank you.